Hey everyone, I'm Yoo Soo Kim. I'm a music composer, writer, and producer, and apparently I am a podcast host for the very first time, for the very first episode of Deep Talks. Deep Talks is brought to you by Deep Sounds. Deep Sounds is a music licensing website where you as a content creator can license music directly from artists like myself. So what exactly is Deep Talks? I don't know, man. We're trying to figure that out ourselves right now. Broadly, it's like a cinematic podcast. We're gonna talk with musicians, filmmakers, content creators, basically about all things creative. For this first episode, I wanted to talk with my good friend Enoch Kim, also known as the Muse Maker. Enoch's a guy who has been pretty significant to my life. He's the first guy who actually made me believe it was possible to make music as a living. I was going between jobs, trying to launch my music career, and then I met him and he was doing it as a music composer. It made me believe it was possible and inspired me. So that's how I would describe his music too. It's very spiritual, very inspirational. Why don't you give a listen to one of his tracks while I go head over to Montrose Beach in Chicago and catch up with this guy. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. What's going on, dude?
Not much, dude. Just chilling. How's life been?
It's been a roller coaster ride, but I
Yeah.
feel pretty good. Learning a lot about fatherhood, of being a partner, of who I am, what I want to do, and making a lot of music. And learning how to love everybody.
Do we retake? Learning how to love everybody.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. I figured, I don't know what's been going on with your life. Maybe we could just find a nice spot to sit down and catch up.
Cool.
Pretty cool spot over there.
Okay.
I was scoping it out. We can go ahead and sit there and see what's going on with each other.
Let's do it.
How did you get into music? It's a funny story.
My mom made me forced me into piano lessons and violin lessons.
Did she play music?
No, not at all. I think she wanted me to do it because she didn't get to do it.
You need to have money to start making music.
Yeah, she definitely grew up very poor.
Yeah.
But she sung in the choir. I guess
okay.
She sung in the choir. She's not like a great singer though, but she sung in the choir.
Would you say she's like an artist on the inside?
That's interesting. I would say no, but Laura says she is.
Why?
Because have you ever seen those street people who like do those colorful letters?
Yeah.
So my mom did that.
For a long
and my
time.
dad. Yeah.
That is art.
Kind of. Like it's like formulaic though. Someone taught her like, oh, this is how to do each letter. But there's no like, I don't think there's any creativity involved.
Like she doesn't get to make decisions for herself on.
Yeah, but maybe she does, and I don't fucking know.
I guess in some ways, like how is that different from music? Someone teaches you like how to play a certain way, but I guess at a certain point you deviate and you make a decision on how you want to play.
Yeah. Man, maybe she is artistic, and I'm too dense to.
So she made you start playing?
Right. She put me through piano lessons and violin lessons for like years. I don't even remember when I stopped. Probably around high school, I stopped.
Did you like it?
No, I hated it. I did not like it at all. I didn't like practicing.
Yeah. When did you start composing music?
Man,
Was there ever like a thing inside you where like I have this idea in my head and I want to articulate it through piano or violin?
No, not like orchestrally like that, but I do remember at church, we had a band, and I was like, oh, why doesn't the bass try this, or like,
Oh yeah.
the electric guitar do this, and like, everybody stop singing, let's just jam, or things like that.
How did people respond to that?
I think they liked it. I was kind of tyrannical. And I learned a lot about leadership doing that, actually. And
Where do you think the tyranny came from?
my mom.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
She was needing control. I didn't have control, and my mom was very much like that. I think it's like passed on trauma.
Yeah.
I think it's like a need for control and attention, and I didn't have any control as a young kid, and I think that was my attempt to like control to get love or something.
Yeah, I feel like instinctually, when you're not thinking through your actions, you kind of like default to what your parents did.
Right. Very much so. But yeah, that's when I started. But I do remember in high school, we got our first computer, and I wanted to record our band. I wanted to have a CD, and I didn't know how to do it. But I remember downloading. Do you remember Cool Edit?
No, I don't know what that is.
Cool. It's like before Cakewalk. Actually, Cakewalk was probably around,
Yeah.
but it was probably before Pro Tools. It was a recording software. There were two that I downloaded, but I remember Cool Edit, and like, remember those microphones? It was on a stand and it had like a small, like the computer microphones.
That's
and I
what you
used
used?
that to record.
What did you
And,
record?
Just worship songs, church songs that,
Like covers?
no, just songs that I wrote.
Oh, cool.
Like very lo-fi. I wish I had a recording of it, because I'll bet you it was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I remember that and loving the process of recording. That was the first time. And then I had somebody came to record us, just the youth band, and it wasn't as fun.
Because you weren't in control, or?
Yeah, I think so. And also, like, I couldn't like edit. Like, I wasn't a good singer back then. I'm still not a good singer, but like, I can edit myself and tune myself. But
I think you're a good singer.
oh, thanks, man.
So what ended up inspiring you to make the music that you're making now?
Right now, it's,
Or in general, I guess.
well, I went through stages. So in the beginning, I just wanted to write songs to connect with God, I would say. And then after I stopped believing in God, it was more expression. I guess there was a need to like let something out. And
Yeah.
like subconsciously, I just started making music to let it out. And also part of it was I was in a band situation, and I was in the band because like I wanted to feel useful, and it was like a way for
Contribute
me.
music.
Yeah, well, it was a form of me getting love from them. It was like I saw it as a transactional thing. And then I stopped doing that because I felt like I wasn't getting the
Personal growth or satisfaction out of it, or?
right. I felt like I wasn't getting the love that I needed, that I felt like I deserved. And then I started making music by myself, and it was out of finances. Like I was like, how can I make money? Let's just make music for other people, for film. So I started doing that. But then there was a need to be genuine to me, and not just because I started making music for other people the way they wanted to, and then I wasn't feeling fulfilled.
You lose your own identity.
Right. And then, so I really worked hard at keeping a part of myself in a lot of this music that I made for other people. And then also making my own music, like just out of my own expression, and hoping that it's gonna resonate with other people. And it did.
What are like the things you hope for when you make music or release music? Is releasing music important to you, or is it?
It used to. I guess it still kind of is. But right now, I'm at a place where just having fun with other people, connecting with people through the process of creating is more important. I don't really care about the final process. But I'll still spend some time with the final process. But it's not as important as like actually creating. Like I'm okay not.
Yeah. When did you realize that the creative process is more important to you than the release or finishing things?
It was when I was doing the Names Are Hard collective stuff. Like I would spend so much energy like mixing all this stuff, and it wasn't gaining like the traction that I really wanted, and like I'd spend so much time mixing it and putting these social media pieces together, and but still feeling empty, and like thinking about what about this did I actually enjoy. It was like sitting in a room with people making music.
Yeah. How did you find the Names Are Hard collective people? It's just you find out a friend makes music and then you're like, hey, jam with us?
Well, Kobe I was in a band with.
Oh, I forgot he was in it for a bit.
Yeah, Kobe, and then Lex I met actually at a ayahuasca ceremony, and then we actually really gelled because we were doing it a lot together, and so that's why Lex was around a lot, and then the other people were kind of touching the community that I was doing ayahuasca with. We call it the healer community, I guess, like the spiritual healer community. So we'd go to ecstatic dance and meet people, like that kind of crew. And we just meet people, and people we vibe with, we invite and make music with.
Did you ever stop making music?
Kind of. Yeah, after my son was born, it really slowed down and paused for a bit, but I would at least once a year go with my friends, rent an Airbnb, and set up my recording gear and make music for a weekend. I did that like at least once a year, but other than that, I didn't really make music for like 3 years.
Was it out of practical reasons, like you just didn't have enough time or energy to work on music?
I think I didn't have energy working on music. Well, part of it was I was I didn't realize that this is what I was doing, but I was grieved because I was part of a community, and it imploded, and a spiritual community, and it exploded, and then I had a kid and moved out
to the
of
suburbs.
a communal situation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that's what I wanted, like a hippie community. We're living together, we're eating together, we're doing ayahuasca together. Like that was kind of the dream. And then I had a kid, and the woman didn't want that at all in the house. And so I totally changed my lifestyle, and I didn't know that I was grieving that, and I think I needed the energy to grieve that. And so I wasn't really creating. And also, it's kind of crazy having your first kid. Like I didn't know what I was doing, and figuring that out takes a lot of energy. And also, like the dynamics of a relationship changes once a kid comes into play. And so, like figuring out how to be with Laura, and who am I in this relationship? Who am I as a father, and all those things, and grieving the loss of my community or sense of community.
Even though you stopped making music, did you have a desire that entire time to make music, and you just didn't have the capacity, or was the desire also gone?
I think there was a desire, but it was buried because like there was shit to do. There's money to make.
Yeah.
I had to
priorities change.
Yeah, right. But I think it was always there, and it's now that like I kind of grieved a lot of it, and I'm out of that vibe. Like now it's like, oh, I do want to make music. This is the life I want. I don't think I had the space to really meditate on what life do I want. Or at least I didn't feel like I had the space. But now I do.
What was like the turning point where you're like, okay, I think I can make music again, or I think I want to make music again?
I think it was when Arrow didn't need us as much, so there was like it was a sense of space. Like in my relationship with Laura, like there was a sense of space, as in like it was clear, like on my part, like what I'm doing here, why I'm doing this. Like it was clear to me like what I wanted.
What do you think of AI now, especially the way it's developing in music?
Have you used AI for music?
Not for music. I've used it for podcast editing.
What did you use?
I will, like, if I'm recording a friend and I need to do a pickup for I need them to record one word or like one sentence and they're not available, then I'll just be like, hey, can I put your voice into AI? And then I just have the AI read the sentence in your voice.
Yeah.
And that's been a lifesaver. And it actually sounds very plausible. Actually, I did try it once because I had to do a revision on a song and I was traveling.
Yeah.
So I tried to put my voice into AI and it sounded really bad.
Yeah.
That's the extent of it.
Yeah.
Have you used it before?
No, I haven't. I've watched a shit ton of YouTube videos on it, and I just haven't had time to. And like, I know it's not like a huge money commitment, but
yeah,
a time commitment to like do it.
Does it scare you at all that it might take away from your work or take over anything that you're doing?
Not really. Maybe I did before, but I just feel like AI is just using like AI can't create from something. It can't create something new. It is creating something new, but it's using information from what it was given. And I feel like creativity is like way deeper than that. Like for instance, when Bob Marley created reggae, or when the reggae was a thing, and like they can't invent a new genre of music.
Yeah, like it can, but it doesn't have the awareness to be like, I just invented something, or this is something new.
It cannot.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like for instance, blues, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you fed it before blues. It can't just come up with blues.
Yeah. I think the thing currently that AI lacks is that it can't create something and then be like, this is significant or this is touching me emotionally. It doesn't know that. It just churns stuff out.
It's not a creativity machine. It's just a predictive machine kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it'll kind of feel soulful, but I think it's always gonna miss something. Even if you say make it human-like and it can be close, I think it's always gonna miss something because it's not from a human.
I think the hardest thing even humans now is the ability to know what people like. Like you can maybe have a better sense of it, but when you release stuff and you put it out there, you never know how people are going to respond to it. And that's the thing that AI also lacks and maybe something that humans are better at.
Yeah. But I'm not interested in whether, well, I mean, yes, the ego part of myself is interested in people liking my shit.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, the part of me that wants to feel fulfilled isn't really interested in what people like. It just wants to create.
Yeah.
And just the process of creating. So like
AI doesn't affect your ability to create.
that, I think AI is gonna help me. There's so many times when I'm recording something and I wish there was a trumpet player.
Yeah.
Or like, and I pay them and that's great. I want to support them and I don't want to just use them for free. But like with AI, it's like, oh, I want this trumpet part. I can be like, hey, create a trumpet part for this track during the chorus, or I want like I'm totally into like massive vocals. Like, hey, can you make it sound like 100 people are singing on top of this? Like, I don't think it has the ability to do that now.
But that would be handy later.
Right. Like I'm not interested in being like, hey, write a song about love in in a hippie reggae fashion, and then boom. Like I'm not. I want to
Yeah.
create something.
I actually have done that. I used AI to help me write lyrics, and it does it really fast. Most of it sucks, but then I'll just pick the stuff that I like,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, write me another set of lyrics. Write me another set of lyrics.
I've used I use AI to help me with lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, it's just like another tool.
The way I use it for lyrics is like instead of me organizing all of it, I've done it a couple times where like I just have all these thoughts in like non-rhythmic just thoughts, and then I tell ChatGPT to turn it into a song, like lyrics. And
How did you feel when music streaming and pirating came out? Like, what was your response to it?
honestly, I didn't care. Like it didn't
Did you
really.
use it, or did you
Napster? Yeah,
Napster?
I used Napster. I used Napster. I used all of it. I pirated music, and you know what? It didn't mean anything to me because I was never a part of the making music.
At
I
that
mean,
time?
making money with my
Yeah,
music at
yeah.
that time. I think it would be different if I was making a living selling CDs, and then this thing came out and no one's buying CDs anymore. I think that I would feel differently, but
Yeah, I think the fear comes in when your livelihood is dependent on it. So like pirating takes away from your livelihood, and people are afraid now because AI can take away from your livelihood.
yeah. I mean, it happens like that everywhere.
Yeah,
In
it's just
every
another
fucking genre of jobs, work.
an evolution in technology.
Yeah. I think it's better that we evolve and like,
Yeah.
have this technology and
I think definitely one thing I'm afraid of is being a dinosaur. And at every turning point in technology, there are going to be a group of people who say, reject this thing and never let it take off. But then they end up kind of fading into history. And I would rather, even though AI does scare me because of the uncertainty of it, it's better to know how to utilize it
why
than
yeah. Why are you scared of being a dinosaur? You will be a dinosaur.
I will. Yeah.
You're gonna be irrelevant.
Why am I afraid of being a dinosaur? I don't know. I guess staying relevant or making things that matter is important to me. I don't know why. Maybe it is ego. Maybe I haven't thought super deeply into it.
I did.
What's your answer?
I don't have an answer, but I wrote a song. I'm a part of the songwriting group, and I wrote the song that I was like, oh, this song is the best. And one other girl said, oh yeah, this song reminds me of the 90s.
90s are cool now.
Is it?
That's the 90s.
Well, when she said that, I felt like, oh shit.
I'm wearing a fucking bucket hat, dude.
I felt irrelevant. I felt like, oh, nobody's gonna listen to this song. And like, I was like, okay, that's cool. I like this song. I had to accept it.
But was she trying to like diss you when she says that, or it was
No.
just like
That's
observational?
my own ego and my own thing.
Yeah. It seems like to me you're more into the idea of spirituality than necessarily like God.
No, right now for me it is God. Well, the universe, God, connection, like it's all the same thing for me.
Because I knew you during a period when you weren't going to church and you were less into God, but you were still a very spiritual person.
Kinda. It was a progression. I remember, so right out of college, I believed no God. It's just meat suits and you die and lights out. There's nothing going on.
Well, the interesting part is you went to a Christian college.
Right.
And right after then you said no more God.
Yeah, I got jaded. Well, I think if I went to a normal secular college, I think I would still be a Christian.
Yeah.
But because that school that I went to brought in a lot of different ideas, it really challenged my
Your
beliefs
ideas.
hardcore, because they were very like open about their Christian beliefs and really brought in like for example, I believed in creationism, like God created the earth in 7 days, like literally. And then we had a class where we debated creationists versus evolutionists. And like sitting there, like the people who are on the evolution side, like it just totally fucking made sense. And so like things like that, I was like,
challenged your
my
mindset.
beliefs,
Yeah.
my whole paradigm of like reality.
Hmm.
And so I just stopped, and I just felt like the music I was making was all like jerking off. It was really no substance to it. It was just all about feeling good.
Hmm.
And then, so I stopped believing in God, but like I was depressed and lost and wandering, and I think that's why I wanted to do ayahuasca. I just felt like I need something.
Which is another form of spirituality for you.
Well, I didn't know that ayahuasca was a spiritual thing when I first got into it. It was when I asked the medicine woman, what should I do to prepare for this ayahuasca ceremony? It was my first one. And she said, pray. I was like, fucking pray? What are you talking about? I thought we were just doing drugs and I'm going to be good. Seriously, that's what I thought. And
why did you want to do ayahuasca?
because I was depressed. I was lost. I felt like...
You felt like that could pull you out?
Yeah. I just wanted a quick pill to get me out of like this state of flatness, of grayness, of just not enjoying life.
Some people find depression and grief as an inspirational tool to make music. Do you agree with that, or do you find that in yourself?
Yeah, it's true for me. Like the pain and the sorrow, it's just different for me now. It's like I know what my depression is. Like I know what to do with it. Before it was like like I couldn't function almost.
Do you find it as a remedy to your depression?
Music?
Yeah.
Not
or
so much
creating music?
Not so much a remedy, but it definitely, like, something comes out of me in those periods. Like,
do you feel better after?
No. Sometimes. Well, with the music thing, I love when I listen back, I'm like, wow, that was good.
Yeah.
I like that, but I don't, that doesn't necessarily mean I feel better or like it alleviated my depression. I just like channel it into the song, into the music.
Yeah. I definitely listened back to some music I made when I was depressed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I was sad.
But the music was good though, right?
The music was good. Yeah. But most importantly, I'm like, good thing I'm not like that anymore. Good thing I don't feel that crappy anymore.
Dude, I remember listening to a Jeff Tweedy interview, and someone asked him like, do you need to be like depressed and fucking like dark and be in a dark place to make good music?
It's a very unhealthy state of mind.
And he said, no, you can make good music happy, but I think that it's just different when you're in pain. Like there's a depth to it. I think that's what it is. Like there's a depth to it. Mm-hmm. And I think the amount of sorrow and pain that you go through, I think is equivalent to the amount of joy that you can have. Like I think they're like...
The highs match the lows.
It's like, on the mathematical line where there's negative and positive, I think it's just a polarity. Like how much you go this way is the amount that it reflects on the other side. And I think that's what it is. Seriously though, I do need to pee.
Okay.
So can we find a spot?
Yeah.
Hey, you think if I jump down and pee on the wall, like...
I think there's too many people here.
Cause then we're gonna have to like walk all the way over there and then come back. Hey! I'm gonna go use the restroom.
I'll go with you. I gotta pee too. You could probably go in the forest.